Imagine being treated like the maid in your own family. Imagine cooking, cleaning, and running errands for 15 years, while your little sister gets crowned as the golden child. Now imagine the night your parents try to show off, and the whole world discovers the truth. If you've ever been underestimated, ignored, or treated like you don't matter, this story is for you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready, because today you're about to hear one of the most emotionally satisfying family revenge stories ever shared. Let me tell you about Lily Sullivan, a 32-year-old woman who knew exactly what it meant to be invisible. For most people, Christmas Eve meant cozy fireplaces, laughter, and family togetherness. But for Lily, it meant stress, pressure. It meant wearing herself out in the kitchen while everyone else got to laugh, drink wine, and bask in the warmth of approval. Why? Because in her family, Lily wasn't the daughter. She was the labor. Her mother, Margaret Sullivan, was the type of woman who ruled her house like a queen hosting court. Christmas wasn't about family, it was about status. The perfect crystal, the perfect table settings, the perfect souffle. And of course, the perfect daughter to parade in front of guests. Sarah, Lily's younger sister. Sarah was the shining star. The PR genius with magazine features, a glittering social calendar, and a Rolodex full of wealthy friends. Every holiday revolved around her. And then there was Lily. The invisible one. The one they told neighbors was between opportunities. The one who hadn't quite figured out her path. But the truth? Lily had built a catering empire from scratch. A company called Stellar Events with 50 employees, contracts across the state, and features in Forbes. She hadn't used a dime of family money. She hadn't asked for help. She had done it all on her own. But her parents didn't care. Because her success wasn't the right kind of success. That year the stakes were higher than ever. Margaret had decided to host an extravagant Christmas Eve dinner at their Connecticut mansion. 25 guests. Crystal from Waterford. Imported wines. Dishes planned down to the parsley garnish. And of course she expected Lily to run the kitchen. But this year was different. Because Lily had just been contacted by Victoria Chin, the CEO of Pinnacle Hospitality, a billion-dollar company. Victoria wanted to meet her. To sign a contract worth $2 million. And Victoria didn't just want any meeting, she wanted Lily herself. Not Sarah. Not Margaret. Lily. This was huge. Life-changing. The kind of deal that could propel Stellar Events onto a national stage. But here was the catch. The meeting was scheduled for Christmas Eve. The exact night her mother expected her to slave away in the kitchen. When Lily told her family she couldn't cook, their reaction was explosive. Her mother scoffed. Lily, don't be ridiculous. You don't have real work. Sarah has meetings. You just cook. Her father, Richard, didn't even look up from polishing his wine glass. It's just one night, Lil. Your mother puts a lot into this. Don't disappoint her. And Sarah? She smirked. Oh please. You can't seriously think anyone important needs you. You're not CEO material. You're a caterer. Big difference. Those words stung. They always stung. And for years, Lily had swallowed her pride, told herself it wasn't worth fighting. But this time she felt something snap. That night, lying awake in her apartment in Manhattan, Lily replayed Sarah's smirk in her head. The casual cruelty. The dismissive tone. Her hands shook, but not with sadness, with rage. And beneath that rage was something even more powerful. Clarity. For 15 years she had played their game. She had played the servant. The invisible daughter. The one who scrubbed pots while Sarah took bows. But not anymore. When Christmas Eve came she would not be their maid. She would be their reckoning. Christmas Eve arrived. Snow dusted the manicured lawns of the Sullivan estate. Guests poured in, politicians, CEOs, charity board members, all dressed to the nines. Sarah glittered in sequins, Margaret floated like royalty, Richard shook hands with quiet smugness. And the kitchen? Empty. Because Lily wasn't there. She was in Manhattan in a sleek conference room sitting across from Victoria Chin. They talked business, strategy, leadership. Victoria was sharp but warm. She asked Lily questions no one in her family had ever bothered to ask. What drives you? What vision do you see for Stellar Events? Meanwhile, back in Connecticut, chaos was brewing. Margaret realized too late that her invisible daughter wasn't in the kitchen. The hors d'oeuvres burned. The turkey wasn't thawed properly. The souffle collapsed. Guests whispered. Sarah panicked, trying to charm her way through, but the food was inedible. In the end, they ordered pizza. On Waterford Crystal. It was humiliation of the highest order. The great Margaret Sullivan, reduced to greasy cardboard boxes at her grand Christmas Eve soiree. The public exposure. But the real dagger came the next morning. Victoria Chin had posted on LinkedIn a glowing photo of herself shaking hands with Lily. Caption: Last night I had the privilege of meeting Lily Sullivan, CEO of Stellar Events. What she's built, without family money, without shortcuts, is nothing short of extraordinary. Excited for our upcoming partnership. The post went viral. Thousands of likes. Hundreds of comments praising Lily's grit, her independence, her talent. And suddenly the world knew. The unemployed daughter her family had pitted was actually a powerhouse who. Her family's shame was public. Their narrative shattered. Their golden facade cracked wide open for everyone to see. That morning, Margaret sat in her silk robe, scrolling through LinkedIn with trembling hands. Her reputation? In tatters. The gossip circles would eat her alive. Sarah stormed around the kitchen, ranting about how Lily had stolen the spotlight. Richard sat in silence, staring at the paper, finally realizing his complicity. And Lily? She sat in her Manhattan office, sipping coffee, watching the sunrise over Central Park. For the first time in her life, she felt weightless. Powerful. But this was only the beginning. As soon Forbes would call. The Food Network would call. The charity boards would crumble. And her family would have no choice but to face her, not as their maid but as their equal. Or maybe, as their superior. For 15 years, Lily had been invisible. But with one decision, one night she shattered everything her family thought they knew. But trust me, you haven't even heard the most satisfying part yet. 2 days after Christmas Eve, Lily was sitting in her office when her assistant walked in with wide eyes. Lily. Forbes is on the line. Her heart skipped. Forbes. Within a week they interviewed her. Within 2 the headline went live. From invisible to invaluable, how Lily Sullivan built stellar events without a dollar of family money. The article painted her as the embodiment of grit, someone who clawed her way up without shortcuts, without privilege, while her family dismissed her as unemployed. The internet exploded. LinkedIn, Twitter, hospitality trade magazines. Her name was everywhere. Her inbox filled with inquiries. Investors. Clients. Even a documentary pitch from the Food Network. For the first time, Lily wasn't invisible. She was undeniable. But while her star rose, her family's crumbled. Margaret's carefully curated reputation in Connecticut's elite social circles imploded. Charity boards whispered. Invitations dried up. People who once hung on her every word now avoided her. After all, she had humiliated herself with a pizza Christmas, and then been exposed for dismissing the very daughter who was making headlines. Richard felt it too. His golf buddies teased him behind his back. Didn't know your unemployed daughter was running a multimillion-dollar company, Rich. And Sarah? Sarah was livid. She stormed through her own PR firm, fuming that her sister, her boring, invisible sister, had stolen the spotlight. She even tried to spin it, telling clients she'd always believed in Lily, but the truth leaked out fast. People knew. The internet never forgets. In January, Lily flew down to Florida to finalize the Pinnacle hospitality contract. Victoria Chin greeted her warmly but with a calculating smile. "I've read everything," she said. "I saw the LinkedIn storm, the Forbes feature. But let me be clear, I didn't choose you because of the story. I chose you because of the work. You impressed me long before your family drama went viral. Can you handle scaling to my level?" Lily met her gaze. Her palms were sweating but her voice was steady. "Yes. I've been handling people underestimating me my entire life. I won't let you down." Victoria smiled. "Good. Because I don't invest in excuses. I invest in results." And with that they signed. $2 million. It wasn't just money. It was legitimacy. It was proof. Lily wasn't just surviving. She was ascending. Of course, the Sullivans couldn't stay quiet forever. By February, Margaret called. Her voice was clipped but trembling. "Lily, we need to talk. The family is struggling. People are saying things. It's gotten out of control." Lily almost laughed. "People are saying things. Yes, Margaret. People were finally saying the truth. They arranged a meeting at the family home. For the first time, Lily walked in not as the maid, not as the unemployed daughter, but as the CEO. Margaret's eyes were red-rimmed. Richard sat stiffly in his chair. Sarah, arms crossed, looked like she'd swallowed glass. Lily, Margaret began, her voice shaking. We may have overlooked your accomplishments, but you have to understand I just wanted what was best for you. Lily's chest burned. What was best for me? Or what looked best for you? Her father finally sighed. She's right, Margaret. We let Sarah shine and we let Lily disappear. That was on us. Sarah scoffed. Oh please. She's not some victim. She catered parties. Now she's milking the drama for attention. Lily stood. Her hands were shaking but her voice came out steel. I built a company. I employ 50 people. I've been in Forbes. I just signed Pinnacle Hospitality. And you still see me as, what? Your maid? Your failure? Not anymore. She looked at each of them one by one. You don't get to define me anymore. You don't get to erase me. From now on, if you want me in your lives, it will be as an equal. Not as your servant. And if that doesn't work for you, then this is goodbye. And with that she walked out. For weeks, the family stewed in their humiliation. But something unexpected happened. Margaret started therapy. For the first time in her life, she admitted that her obsession with appearances had poisoned her relationships. She even wrote Lily a letter. Not perfect, not polished, but raw. Richard began to soften. He apologized not with excuses but with actions. He showed up to one of Stellar's events, quietly standing in the back, just watching his daughter lead with authority. Pride flickered in his eyes for the first time. And Sarah? Sarah spiraled. She lost clients' credibility. Eventually she came to Lily, not with humility at first but desperation. I need your help. No one trusts me anymore. Lily's answer was calm but firm. I'll help you, but not by saving you. I'll help you by telling you the truth. Humility. Respect. That's the only way forward. Meanwhile, Stellar events exploded. Pinnacle was just the beginning. Word spread. Suddenly, Lily's calendar filled with luxury clients. A Food Network producer reached out about a documentary highlighting women in hospitality. Forbes followed up with a cover shoot. Her team, Maria, her executive chef, and James, her COO, became part of the story. They weren't just employees. They were family. They were the proof that success built on respect and inclusion could outshine any fake prestige. And Lily? For the first time in her life, she wasn't just building a business. She was building a legacy. By the following Christmas, the tables had turned. This time, the dinner wasn't in Connecticut. It was in Lily's sleek Central Park apartment, overlooking the skyline. The food wasn't cooked by her in exhaustion. It was prepared by her stellar events team, her team. She sat at the head of the table, not in the kitchen. Her family attended. Margaret quieter, humbled. Richard softer, attentive. Even Sarah subdued, trying, awkwardly, to fit into this new dynamic. And Lily? She wasn't bitter. She wasn't vengeful. She was clear. She raised her glass. Success doesn't need permission. Self-worth doesn't require validation. And respect is non-negotiable. The room was silent. But no one disagreed. Because they couldn't. Not anymore. The revenge wasn't loud. It wasn't screaming or slamming doors or rubbing it in their faces. It was quiet. Elegant. Unshakable. Her family's punishment wasn't anything Lily did to them. Their punishment was being forced to live in the shadow of the truth. That the daughter they dismissed, belittled, and erased had risen higher than they'd ever imagined. And she hadn't just risen. She had left them behind. Sometimes revenge isn't about breaking someone else. It's about refusing to let them break you. Lily's story proves that success is the loudest revenge, and that the most powerful thing you can say to those who underestimate you is, I don't need your approval. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell me in the comments. Have you ever been underestimated, only to prove everyone wrong? And of course, subscribe for more stories like this. Because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.